Yep.
Okay, on to the next big game of the week, which was an awesome game. This was a fantastic game. So Michigan at Oklahoma. Oklahoma pulls it out, and they looked really good doing it. So the question is, Oklahoma is a national title contender, and it was awesome to watch them, and both teams actually played pretty well. Bryce Underwood, you saw the freshman mistakes there,
Yeah.
but he's still very good. And Justice Haynes had that long run, 70 something yard touchdown. Oh, I mean, Michigan's not really going anywhere. They're legit.
No,
And
no, Michigan's not going anywhere at all.
yeah,
This was what we said we thought may happen, and that this was a true freshman quarterback playing his first road start in a hostile SEC environment at night. Like, what did you expect? You know, you can say, oh, he's the best freshman quarterback, and he's the number one in the country and all that. But going on the road in the SEC, what does Kirby always say? The hardest thing to do is go on the road
winning on the road.
in the SEC, right? And so Michigan got a taste of that. And Oklahoma's defense stepped up. Mateer has been everything that they could have hoped for. He's not the guy he's not afraid to take chances, right? He's an exciting player. He had 270 yards passing and 75 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Like, he's doing what they wanted out of him, and there's a reason they were quick to push Jackson Arnold out the door and go get him.
Yeah,
he's fitting in well, but I think the key.
He's different. He's different. I mean, I enjoyed watching him play football, and I texted you this, and I think I tweeted it too. But he might be my favorite player of the season this year, just by his play on the field. He just looked like he had so much command of what he was trying to do. There was no indecision. He made things happen when there wasn't anything, and he wasn't afraid to stick his head down and lower his shoulder.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think for Oklahoma, I mean, the as good as Mateer is, I think it's the defense that has to make them really excited going forward. I think if you have a concern for Oklahoma the rest of the season, after this game, they're now -4 in the turnover margin, and that's not sustainable, particularly in conference play in the SEC. You could maybe hover around even, but you can't be going -2 in the turnover margin every game. So that's something that they do need to get cleaned up. But
True.
They look good on offense. They look good on defense. They've got some momentum. They've got tough games, of course, down the road. They've got Alabama. They've got Texas. The schedule doesn't get any easier, but
Auburn.
This was a huge win for them. This was a huge win for the program, for them to really submit their status in the SEC, because last year was a struggle, right? They beat Alabama, but they didn't. Alabama was a little bit off. They didn't have that true moment.
They didn't have an offense last year. They had a defense,
right.
And with Brent Venables, it's kind of like the same thing with Kirby Smart. As long as he's there, you're not going to worry about the defense. So what did they do? They went, got a coordinator and his quarterback, and that seems to be the right transfer combination for quarterbacks coming into a new school. It's worked wonders at a couple of schools now.
Yeah. So you mentioned on the Michigan side, Justice Haynes continues to look great so far in the early season.
I'm still pissed he didn't go to Georgia.
Yeah, I still don't understand that too, because Veron is such a Georgia guy and is around the program. But
legend, hobnail boot. I mean, come on.
Right. But 2 games, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, 8.1 a clip. He's looking like what they expected he was when he was coming out of high school. So for Michigan, stay the course, continue to play well, and continue to build around that quarterback, get him more experience, continue to play defense. I think Michigan will be okay. But if it comes down to the end of the year and these two teams are fighting for a playoff spot, Oklahoma just got a leg up.
Yeah, they did. I'm I'm loving what I'm seeing from Oklahoma. You know, I said last week that if they could find an offense, they were going to be really, really dangerous. And I think without a doubt, they found an offense. And John Mateer is going to be one of those guys that is going to be in the conversation for the Heisman at the end of the season.
Yeah. So you asked the question, is it an overreaction or underreaction that Oklahoma is a national title contender? And I think I'm going to speak for us both and say that's an underreaction. I think they got a shot. They're going to show themselves in a couple of weeks, particularly when they get to that Red River rivalry with Texas. But yeah, I think they are putting themselves in the conversation now.
You mean Red River shootout?
What I call it, the rivalry.
Yeah, you called it by the correct name, the politically correct name.
Oh man, I've been reading too much stuff.
Yeah. I had to call you out. I had to call you out on that one.
Hey, if I start calling the cocktail party the St. John's, whatever the crap it is, or the battle for the Okefenokee ore, then you can.
Hey, I'm impressed that you got all 3 words out without messing them up, because that's hard to say.
Yeah.
Rivalry is kind of a hard word to say, period.
True.
maybe it's just hard for us Southerners. I don't know. But yeah, Oklahoma, they're legit. They might even have a shot at the SEC.
If you're going to win a national championship, you got to be there. So
it's true. All right, so that will do it for this week's edition of the Nitro College Football Show. Looking forward to this upcoming weekend. We got some great games, and we'll be watching them all. And look out for the Georgia post game, the Dogs post game after the game. Might be a little late, but it'll be good, hopefully.
Yep.
All right. So until next week, Sunday, 9 o'clock, I'm Burl.
I'm Street.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.